So today I'm going to be talking about the first ever time I did magic mushrooms. Just a forewarning for YouTube, I am not glorifying drugs in any way, shape, or form possible. I am merely just talking about my personal experiences. This video does not glorify the use of drugs, and with that out of the way, let's get started. So I had several events in my life that were just not the best, and I was at a really low point in my life, and during this time, I'd found a guy who knew a little bit about these magic fungi. So one day, I went with him, and I took a very tiny amount, not a microdosing amount, but I'd say around like half of the actual amount that people take. And so, I eat them, and I remember in like 3 minutes, I went downstairs and came back up, and my friend's mirror was bent, so everything reflected on it looked all bendy, and I freaked myself out. I thought that they'd already kicked in, which obviously they hadn't. I remember looking at the guy, and I was like, yo, is that bent for you? And he's like, nah, man, that's just a mirror. And I was like, thank God. So then, we went outside with umbrellas because it was raining, and we walked around, and I was drinking mint tea so that I didn't throw up everywhere, and I got soaked, but the experience was pretty enjoyable. And it was around this time that I started really feeling in the back of my head. I didn't feel like I was looking out of my own eyes. I kind of felt like I was just controlling a meat machine, if that makes any sense. But we go inside, and I'm like, man, I still don't really feel anything besides this back in my head feeling. And the guy's like, just wait a little bit. So I do, and then I look at his wall, and I realize he painted stuff on his wall, and then in my brain, just the most clear image ever. I was like, wow, he lived his entire life, completely different events from mine, some related, some not. That's crazy. And I started shedding a tear over this. Then I looked up at his blank white ceiling, and what I saw was just absolutely crazy. Patterns started forming in lines, and they started making shapes and stuff. I swear at one point I saw a Minecraft creeper. And then we watched a music video for the song Beach Walk by Whitewoods, and I just had the greatest appreciation for life ever. And then we go walk outside again, around 2 hours has passed, and we walk outside and the rain stopped, it's sunny, and everything is just so colorful. That's what I remember. The grass was so green, the bricks on the houses were so red. We walk around this park, and it's just beautiful. I remember I look into a coulee that's going into a forest, and it looks like something out of Adventure Time. And it was during this moment that I just realized how beautiful life was. Now, I know telling you guys not to do this kind of stuff won't make you not do it, but I'm just gonna say, hypothetically, if someone does end up wanting to do it after this video, then please do your research. It took me months of research before I even considered putting these things in my body, and I don't do this a lot. I've only ever done this twice in my life, and both were a very long time ago. Anyways, and I remember having this feeling of just empathy for everyone, and just not being scared of death or anything. I would call all my friends up that I haven't talked to in a while and ask them how they were, and it was just really awesome. Now, I do have another story about magic mushrooms, and it's not as enlightening, but it's very crazy. So if you guys do want to hear about that, tell me in the comments, and if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you guys. I'm out.